Welcome, welcome. This is Yin Yoga. Thank you for joining. My name is Kylie. I have a group here in the studio with me in Costa Rica, and I'm really glad you're joining me online. Yin Yoga is all about slow, relaxing postures that we're going to hold for quite a bit longer. It will be sitting and laying, so you might want a very spongy mat for extra comfort. Also, some blocks, but you can substitute with a pillow for this practice. If you have a strap or a belt, that will be helpful for one or two of the stretches that we're doing as well. So we're going to start by just coming to a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. I like to sit on my blocks or your pillow. That way, my hips can be over my knees, and it helps to lengthen up the spine. So come to whatever seated position is good for you. Legs can be crossed, or you can be in a kneeling-like position. And we'll just take a moment to come and be present on our mats, so you can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Bringing your attention to your breath and slowing it down. The goal of Yin Yoga is really to relax the muscles so we can get into the deeper connective tissue and really relax and stretch it open. So if we're pushing and pulling our muscles, we're not going to be able to get into those areas. So we're just trying to relax the body, calming it down, slowing down the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose very slowly. See if you can relax the muscles in your face, in your shoulders, keeping a nice lengthened spine, as if there were a string at the crown of your head, just gently pulling you up to the ceiling. We're going to take an inhale together. So through the nose, inhaling as you slowly sweep your arms out and up. Biggest inhale you've had all day. Holding it at the top. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together and bring all that good, fresh oxygen into your heart. Setting an intention for your practice or for the day ahead. Today we're going to work on releasing tension in the hips, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So if you're someone who carries a lot of stress in your hips, or if you have challenges with your sciatic nerve, or if you're a runner, these postures are going to feel so good. You can slowly start to drop the hands. You can blink open your eyes. We'll start at the top and then work our way down to those hips and glutes. So let's just do a couple of neck rolls. Slowly drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Just hanging here for a moment. Feeling feeling that opening through the left side of your neck. Getting a little deeper as we hang here a little bit longer. If you want to stretch it even further, you can stretch out your left arm, kind of at a diagonal down. And then slowly dropping your chin forward to your chest. And then rolling over left ear to left shoulder. And then again, if you want to take it a little deeper, you can stretch your right arm kind of down at a diagonal towards the edge of your mat. And then slowly, as you release the arm, letting the chin roll forward down to the chest. Opening up through the back of the neck. And then inhale as you raise back up to a neutral neck. All right, we're going to work our way down to the shoulders. So we'll use our breath with this one. As you inhale, roll the shoulders forward and then up, really tensing them up at the top, holding the breath. And then as you exhale, let them drape back and down, very relaxed. Doing that 2 more times. So inhale forward and up. And then releasing back and down. Make this shoulder roll even bigger than the last one, so you can even get your whole spine involved. Forward and up. And then as you release, really pull those shoulder blades together and then release them down. Okay, if you are on a block or a pillow, take that, set it next to you, and we'll come on to our seats with the legs in front of us, feet flat on the ground, knees bent, hands can be behind you. So trying to keep that spine fairly lengthened. We don't want to like cave in. So nice straight spine. And we're just going to very slowly windshield wiper the legs. My hips are feeling very tight today, so this feels amazing. Maybe going a little bit further each time if you're finding more space. And then if you have the space, slowly dropping it to your right side, maybe all the way if you can, kind of sitting up, readjusting on your mat if you need to. So we're in this sort of 45-45 position. You can also open it up to more of like a 90-90. And then we're going to slowly just hinge over that right shin. It doesn't have to be far. I feel it already. This as far as I'm going. Just listening to your body. It can help to close your eyes, to really focus inward. Seeing how those muscles feel and see if you can relax them. So don't go past the point that your muscles tense up. Just find that edge of relaxation. Breathe into it. And see if your body will open up a little further. Adjusting as you go. If it gets too intense, or if your muscles start to tighten up, make sure you pull back. Or if you find more space, you can settle down a little bit deeper into the pose. Take one more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, see if you can relax one more muscle. Relax one more spot in your body. And then very slowly, as slowly as you came in, start to press into your hands. If you were down, start to lengthen up. You don't want to whiplash the body back into an upright position. From here, keep your legs where they are. And actually, we're just going to twist to the right, looking behind us. And then you can stay upright here if that feels good. Or you can come hinge over in that twist. Oh, I can hear my back cracking in this one. So hinging, twisting. You can stay on your hands. You can come to your elbows if you find more space. You can use your pillow or your blocks in any way that makes this more relaxing, more comfortable for your body. Take one more deep inhale in this rotation. And as you exhale, see if you can rotate and relax a little bit further into the pose. Squeezing out anything that you're ready to get rid of. And then very slowly, start to come upright. If you were hinged over, start to unwind. Coming back to a neutral spine. You can even lengthen the legs out in front of you. Resetting before we go to the other side. Taking a deep breath in. And deep breath out. It can be out through the nose or the mouth. All right, so let's start again with our slow windshield wipers. Feet flat on the ground, knees bent. Just very slowly start to windshield wiper again. Hopefully it's feeling a little bit more open than last time. It is for me, for sure. Slowly working our way down to the left side. Feeling a difference as you go back and forth. Maybe I feel a big difference now between my sides. So then landing on your left side, kind of readjusting on your mat and with your legs so you're in it can be kind of a 45 angle, or you can open up a little bit more to a 90-90, whatever feels good in those hips. I feel better in a 45, so I'm going to stay here. All right, take a deep inhale, and then you can stay here. This actually, I feel this in my hip already, so yeah, stay here if that feels good, or if you want to hinge over that left shin, you're welcome to do so. Hinging as far. This feels good. Seeing where you can release, relax. Finding that edge and then breathing into it, making sure your body feels safe to release further before you push or pull. No, none of that. We don't want the muscles to contract and think that they need to work and hold you up. You can stay on your hands for support. You can, if you find more space, you can come down to your elbows. You can use your blocks or a pillow for a little support. Sending your breath right to any areas of tension that feel like they are gripping or holding you back. Take one more deep inhale in this position. And then exhaling, knowing that if you release a little bit more, the mat is going to hold you up. Trusting that it's there. And then very slowly and gently, if you were down on your elbows, pressing up into your hands, walking them back toward you. Inhaling deeply up into a lengthened spine. And then again, we're going to rotate to the left, rotating the upper body over that left shin toward the back of your mat. And then you can stay upright in this rotation. If you want to add a hinge, you can slowly lower down onto your hands, onto blocks, onto your elbows. See if there's an area of your body that you're gripping that you can release. Maybe it's associated with the pose, maybe not. Maybe you're holding tension in your face. Maybe your shoulders. Or your neck. Take one more deep inhale in this position, filling up the lungs. And then see if you can relax into the rotation a little further with your exhale. And then when you're ready, slowly rising up, walking the hands back, unraveling the body. Coming back to a neutral spine. Stretching the legs out in front of you. Deep inhales in through the nose. We were able to squeeze out a lot of waste from the body in those rotations. So deep inhales. We're going to refill it with some good fresh oxygen and nutrients. All right, we have one more stretch in this position. So from here, we're actually going to do just, it's called a caterpillar with the legs out in front, but relaxed. So this is a little different than some yoga where you have a very stiff leg position with your toes up. This time we just want to make sure the legs are completely relaxed. So maybe even give them like a little bit of a wiggle. Make sure that they know they can relax. And then slowly we're just going to let the upper body relax down. So we're just going to use our body weight and gravity. You can relax your hands on your legs, on the mat. Keeping the legs relaxed. If they need a little reminder, just give them a little wiggle. Keeping the arms relaxed. You can have a soft bend in your knees if you want, if that feels better to you. And even put blocks under your knees if that feels more relaxed for the legs. Because we just want those legs to stay nice and relaxed. or a block under the seat. And you probably want one under the knees then too. So if that helps you feel like you can relax a little bit forward. How's that? Or even, you could even raise the block up if that feels better. It's all about making sure the body feels relaxed and safe so that you can slowly relax into the pose more and more. And as you do Yin Yoga more and more, you'll find that you get a little bit more space each time. Letting everything hang heavy. Take one more deep inhale, trying to kind of lengthen through the spine as you inhale. Opening up through the back. As you exhale, see if you can just find a little bit more relaxation into that pose. And then very slowly start to lengthen the spine back upright. Walking the hands back to you, maybe even stepping them behind you. Opening up through that chest, taking a deep inhale. And then exhale, relax. When you're ready, we'll meet in a table position. So coming onto our hands and knees. Knees will be directly below the hips. Hands are below the shoulders. We're going to do some very slow cat-cows. So as you inhale, slowly dropping the belly and lifting the chin, looking up. And then as you exhale, pulling the belly into the spine, pulling it up, 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 up to the ceiling, and then dropping the chin down, letting it hang heavy. Exhaling out all the air. And then with your breath, very slowly inhaling, coming back to cow position. Exhaling into cat. Pulling the belly into the spine, squeezing out all the air. We'll do this one more time. So inhaling slowly as you look up, dropping the belly to the floor. And then exhaling out all the air as you pull the belly button into the spine. Coming back to a neutral back. And after we did that nice forward fold with the caterpillar, we're going to do kind of a counter stretch. We're going to go into a melting heart position. So slowly walking the hands forward and letting the heart melt down to the mat. As far as feels good for you, if you have tightness or difficulty in the shoulders, you can keep your elbows on the ground. Just keep letting that chest fold down forward. This should be like a gentle back bend. Using props however you need to. If you want to block below the forehead. Or in any way that makes this posture more comfortable. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, letting that heart melt a little closer to the mat. And then very slowly walk those hands back to you. Back to that table position. And then bring the feet, the hips back out in front of you. Placing them, coming back to your sit bones with your feet out in front, flat down. We're going to go into some figure 4. So crossing, actually, you know what? Let's straighten the legs out first. Cross the right foot over the left leg. And then here, you know what? If this feels good and your hip, I can already feel it. So stay here if that feels good. Or you can start to bend your left leg, coming into a deeper hip stretch. Adjusting that bottom foot if you find more space, or if it gets too intense, just back out a little bit. Some people, as we go, we can find a little bit more space, which is what I tend to do. But I know other people, it gets really intense. So if it gets more intense as you go, then just back out. You want to just stay in that edge of comfort. Take one more deep breath on this side. Sending it right to any areas of tension. See if you can just focus on them and let them go. You can slowly start to straighten that left leg back down to the ground if it was bent. Unravel. Maybe give a little bit of shake. Keep those legs loose, relaxed. Then we'll go to the other side. So crossing the left leg over the right, staying here. I have really tight hips, so I already feel that. Bending that bottom leg if you want, if you have more space. Imagine sending your breath right to any areas that you feel tension. And then see if you can relax them with the exhale. Take one more deep breath on this side. See if you can relax one more spot in the body as you exhale. Slowly coming out, straightening that right leg. Straightening the left leg. Taking a deep inhale here. Refilling the body with fresh oxygen. And then if you're using a strap, have that handy for our next pose. We're going to come down all the way on our backs on the mat. So we're going to do a single leg stretch. Bending your right leg into your chest. And then if you can kind of lift up and wrap the strap around the bottom of your foot. And then stretch it out as long as you can. You can keep a soft bend in your knee. You can straighten it all the way. And then just very gently holding it at a spot where you can feel you can still be relaxed, but you just start to feel that edge of the stretch. So we don't want to pull too far, or the legs and the muscles will start to try and protect you. So we don't need the muscles to protect us right now. We want to stay relaxed. If you have any tension in your lower back, you can always bend that bottom leg, putting the foot on the floor, give you a little bit of support through that lower back and a little support through with the balance of the pose as well. Take one more deep inhale on this side. Exhaling, relaxing as much as you can. And then slowly bend that right knee into the chest. Releasing the strap, lengthening it out long. Maybe give your hands a little bit of a wiggle or shake. Maybe stretch the fingers. Let them relax a moment. And then when you're ready, bend your left knee into your chest. Wrap that strap around the bottom of the foot. And then straightening it up as far as feels good, maybe keeping a bend, soft bend in the knee, or straightening it fully. And then just bringing it to a position that where you can feel the stretch, but you're not pulling or pushing. You're just finding that edge where the leg can relax. The muscles can relax. They're trusting you to gently stretch. Take one more deep inhale on this side. Exhaling, relaxing a little further into the pose. Slowly bending that knee back into the chest. Releasing the strap. You can set that off to the side. We're done with that. We're going to do one final rotation before we get into our final relaxation pose. So bring both knees into your chest and hug them in with your hands. Letting the lower back release. Feeling safe here to relax all the muscles. Then slowly dropping your knees together to your right side. Just dropping them down together. as far as feels good. If you can go all the way, see if you can reach your left arm out to your left side. Your right hand can rest on your left thigh, giving it a little bit of weight. If you need a little bit of extra space or support, you can grab a pillow or a block and place it between your knees. Rotations are really good for wringing out the body, wringing out all the waste floating around in those cells, all the waste that we, when we do contractions throughout this sequence, we're just wringing that all out. We're wringing out the lungs, also helping the digestive system, and neutralizing the spine from the back bends and the forward folds. So good. I love ending with rotations. See if there's any area of your body that you're gripping, that you're holding. Can you let that go? Can you trust the mat enough to support you? Take one more deep inhale on this side. And exhale, relax into that rotation just a little further. Melt into the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly come back to center, bringing the legs back into your chest, hugging them in with your arms. Take a deep breath in here in a neutral spine. And then we're going to rotate to the other side. So letting your knees drop together to your left. See if you can keep your shoulders on the mat as you do. And stretch your left or your right arm open to your right side. If you need a little more space, a little support, grab a block or a pillow, place it between your knees, or modify however your body needs to find this relaxing rotation. Using your left hand as a little bit of a body weight on your right thigh, just to keep it down and relaxed.
wringing out the body in the opposite direction. The lungs, the digestive system, the spine. Take one more deep inhale on the side. And exhale, relaxing a little further into that rotation. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing the legs back into the chest, maybe using your hand to guide them back upright. Holding them in, hugging them to your chest, staying here for a moment. We're going to end with our final relaxation, our final Shavasana. So before we do that, if there's any stretches, any movements that your body needs, this is a great time to do that. Maybe just taking a deep breath here. When you're ready, we'll meet in a final resting pose. So if you like the Shavasana pose, we'll be just flat on your back with legs outstretched, arms relaxed to the side with palms up. If you need a little support in your lower back, you're welcome to keep your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. If you do that, I recommend that you kind of heel toe your feet out to a little bit wider and let your knees drop in. It can be a little bit more relaxing for the legs. But again, find the position that's relaxing for you. And we're going to let all the benefits of the poses just settle into the body. Refilling the body with good energy, fresh oxygen, fresh blood, circulating throughout the body, from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, to the crown of your head. Relaxing through your face, your neck and your shoulders. Relaxing down your arms, through your hands and fingers. Sending that relaxation down through your spine, down to your hips, your glutes, your legs, and your feet. Feeling your heartbeat. Feeling your blood circulate and your energy elevates. Slowly start to deepen your breath in through the nose and out through the nose very slowly. On your next inhale, slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring movement to your wrists and ankles. And then inhale as you raise your arms up and over your head, stretching from your fingertips to your toe tips. Exhale as you bring your knees to your chest and give yourself one last hug. Dropping your knees slowly to your right side. And then when you're ready, keeping your head very heavy, pressing into your hands as you slowly sit up, coming up into any seated position. Letting your head be the last thing that comes upright. So lengthening, feeling that lengthen from the base of your spine, lengthening up, up, up up to the ceiling, lengthening your neck, and then the crown of your head. Take a deep inhale as you sweep your arms out and up. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together, bring all that good, fresh oxygen and energy into your hearts. Coming back to your intention. Carrying that intention throughout the practice and throughout your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope all these poses have helped you feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more open, and hopefully you can bring all that good energy to the rest of your day. Namaste.